Hello and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Manga Drops, or I should say really part 2 of the whole series called Battle Angel Alita. So in this series, the thing is, I wanted to talk more about this because it's not something that can be said in just one video. Because the thing is that the whole Battle Angel Alita series, it's actually split into 3. You got the original Battle Angel Alita, then you got the Battle Angel Alita Last Order, and then finally you have Battle Angel Alita Memories from Mars. Is it Memories from Mars? I don't remember really what the third one's called anymore. But they all take place in chronological order. So let's say inside Battle Angel Alita, the first series, is where everything just kind of diverges in volume 9, because the first series only has 9 volumes. So once you finish reading Battle Angel Alita, everything gets pretty much wrapped up fairly well, and everybody more or less gets the ending that they deserve. So this is where Battle Angel Alita Last Order comes in. Last Order comes in at like probably around the midpoint of book number 9 or so, and then I won't say too much else about what happens that makes the whole difference, but well, it's hard to talk about it without bringing up any spoilers, really. Anyways, Battle Angel Alita, the Last Order, takes place in more of a martial arts kind of. It's more martial arts oriented rather than the original Battle Angel Alita, which became more of a mercenary story as you kept reading it. So we have Alita, who's basically trying to save a friend of hers who was thrown away because of a decision that she did to help her out when she was in need. So she's going up to help that friend. Does that make sense? Well. It's as vague as I can be when it comes to it. But I have to say that, or else most people will just be lost. If they just listen to this, they'll be like, what is this boy talking about? Anyways, the reason why I really always liked Alita, it's not just because she's a girl or anything like that, because she has a cybernetic body and all that, but she's not overly overpowered. Like, throughout the series, she gets her ass handed to her pretty often, so... But she's a great fighter. But, yeah. And her growth is kind of more slow and steady, rather than a lot of shonens where they just disappear and just train for a little bit, and they just come back like completely OP and stuff, and you're just there like... I mean, it's cool, no, I enjoyed quite a bit myself, but it's refreshing to see that difference. So, especially with how the first Battle Angel Alita ended, she ends up with a different type of body, which is, well, completely OP. Even the settings in her brain have been tampered with and everything, to the point where she can react faster than most people and all that. But the thing is, even though she starts off fairly OP inside the Last Order, there's still a few enemies that still give her a lot of trouble, and well, as I said before, she gets her ass handed to her fairly often, even in the Last Order. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, but there's also an OVA for these. for Battle Angel Alita. It's only based on the original series, but there's 2 OVAs. They're about half an hour each. It does mix a little of the story, but if you're always interested in checking out the story, well, it's there. I mean, they're not bad or anything. No. I kind of enjoyed watching them. But as the story goes and how it's adapted, feels a little strange. Certain things are happen in different orders and such. And for whatever reason, I really can't stand the voice of the voice. I mean the voice of the voice actress who does Alita herself. Oh yeah, here's a little fun fact. Alita is actually called Gali in the Japanese version. Yeah. There's a bunch of well, there's a little backstory that explains why they did that, but unfortunately I can't really get into it without spoiling much of the story, so we'll have to leave it at that. The series is also called Gundam. Gundam? And it has like 2 N's inside of it. It's so weird. I don't know why they call that in Japan. Sometimes artists can have weird names for their series. I mean, sometimes you have like series that have like 3 question marks inside. 3 question marks inside a freaking title. Never have I seen such a thing. I just saw that and I'm like, is that 3 question marks inside a single title? Go check it out. It just came out a little while ago. I believe they're at episode 4. It's on Crunchyroll. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's something about world destruction. Are you busy? Is it okay for you to help me, or something like that? I don't remember what it is anymore. But the thing that always interested me most about the Battle Angel Alita series is the fact that the character goes through, well, mostly self-discovery, because the whole thing about the Battle Angel Alita series is the underlying problem is that Alita is actually trying to get her memories back, because when she was found by Ido, she was devoid of all memories. Like, she didn't even remember her name. I guess she remembered most of the basics, like how to speak and, you know, the basic stuff. Eat, drink. Not that you really could eat, drink that much as an android. I mean, you can if you want to. But you have to get, like, the whole stomach system and, there's actually a small little joke about Ido and his, the gastric 9000. He was just there and he was like, good food and a good crap is what makes us human. So I'm gonna implant the gastric 9000 in her body. And then you have like a hard cut to her, to Alita asking for toilet paper while she's in the toilet. She's in the washroom, and Idol's just like, "Hey, did you have a nice bowel movement?" Oh man, that still gets to me every time. Huh. So yeah, there is quite a bit of comedy in this series as well. I mean, while the story is fairly serious and rather dark, it does do a lot to, how do I say this? To actually bring out comedy. Even in very tense moments. Well, not so much tense moments. I feel like Battle Angel Alita brings out comedy when the comedy needs to be there. Like, it's mostly used for downtimes. It's not like you're gonna be in the middle of action and then they'll just throw a bit of comedy out of nowhere, right? I hate when they do that. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's really much of a gamble. Anyways, To go back to what I was talking about, Battle Angel is a story about Alita rediscovering herself and getting her memories little by little as she grows around her. Even in the first series of Battle Angel Alita, we're actually shown a small little glimpse of her memories from Mars. But let's just say they kind of get retconned in Battle Angel Alita Last Order, because, you know, authors love retconning their own stuff. Why not, right? Yeah. Anyways, let's talk a little about Memories from Mars. The concept behind Memories from Mars is Alita is actually remembering a lot more from when she started, basically. She's remembering her childhood and everything. So most of the first few chapters will be just her remembering her memories, which is a lot more than expected. You also see a bunch of other characters that she interacted with, all the suffering and such that she went through, because they used to do some pretty messed up stuff in the series, like using children to fight in wars. Well, actually, that happens on a daily basis anyway, so that's not far off from reality. To even using children to go through a minefield to check, and then if the child makes it to the other side, they just use the path that the child used, and they don't set off any mines. But they usually have like a lineup of children to do that, so whichever kids make the mines go off, well, that's the end of them. It's a little cruel, but, well, no, there's no but. It's only cruel. That's pure cruelty. I mean, they could just use like some kind of robot, but then again, a robot could only be good for one use. No, there's no way to defend this, really. You can't defend this. I can't even play devil's advocate for this. Anyways, I think I might actually make a third part for this. Actually, nah. Forget it. There's no need for a third part. This is good enough. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And, I don't have a catchphrase for the ending. Maybe I should get a catchphrase. It'll come to me eventually. Anyways, I wish you a good night.